Okay, so I thought I'd give some explanation. So here's the completed op-amp circuit, and over to the left is a microphone, electret microphone circuit, and to the right is an old speaker taken out of a kid's toy. It was Ernie from Ernie and Bert. There's a speaker inside it. Anyway, here's the amplifier circuit in the middle, and I'm turning up the gain on the op-amp. It's just a 10K resistor. the way the op amp is set up, it has an additional capacitor in it, which I'll try to explain a little bit further, but that additional capacitor brings the gain of 20 up to a gain of 200 according to the kit instructions. So here I am tapping the electret microphone. You can't really hear it, but the sound is showing up on the speaker. So I'm just showing that the circuit actually does work. Okay, thanks for watching. I'm going to give a bit of a reading from the actual kit booklet, and I'm going to include that at the end of the video, because I figure maybe not everybody wants to watch that, so I'll include that part at the end. Okay, so I'm just reading the booklet that came with this kit, so the language is a little bit expressive, not necessarily coming from me. Okay, just reading the cover. Rainbow Kits, Electronic Educational Blocks, Audio Amplifier, EBAA-1. This kit teaches how amplifiers take a small signal and magnify it to drive a small speaker or headphone. It's based on the LM386 low voltage power amplifier. This chip is not a toy. It's designed to be used in a variety of consumer electronics applications such as AM/FM radio amplifiers, portable tape or CD players, intercoms, TV sound systems, etc. Provides up to 1 watt of low distortion audio power. Harmonic distortion is 0.2%, voltage gain up to 46 decibels. And then opening the first page, I'll try and read this quickly. Theory of operation. This kit is based on the LM386 low voltage audio power amplifier. Okay, that's what the cover says. General theory, what amplifiers do. If you've ever hooked a microphone directly up to a speaker and expected to hear anything, you know such a setup won't work. And we're not talking about just microphones. Lots of electronic devices produce small signals, and to drive a speaker or even headphones, these signals need to be amplified. That is, increased. Next section, subsection title is called Specific Theory, the EBAA-1 Audio Power Amplifier. There are two kinds of amplifiers, preamps and power amps. Preamps take tiny signals and amplify them enough to drive a power amp. Power amps generally drive speakers. You'd feed a microphone into a preamp, such as the EBAA. Well, there's another kit that they advertise, and it's mentioned here. And the preamp output into a power amp. So it's explaining how a microphone can get plugged into a preamp, which can get plugged into a power amp. This particular kit falls under the category of being a power amp. Sorry to add my own input. As you've probably guessed by now, this kit is a power amp, and it easily drives headphones or a small speaker. Basically, the LM386 chip does the work. Resistor 1 and resistor 2 serve as a volume control. C2 capacitively couples the output to a speaker or headphones. C3 adds a bit of filtering to the power supply, which connects to pin 6, which is positive, the positive pin on the chip, and pin 4, which I guess is the ground. Note, use plus 5 volts. You can obtain this voltage from either a power supply kit, and then they advertise their own power supply kit that you can buy from Rainbow Kits. Note that capacitor C1 connects between pins 1 and 8 of the chip. To make the LM386 a more versatile amplifier, these two pins are provided for gain control. With pins 1 and 8 open, not connected to anything, the amplifier's gain is set at 20. But if a capacitor is put from pin 1 to 8, the gain goes up to 200. This provides an easy way for you to change the gain of your amplifier in this kit. And then, just a little bit more reading. The subsection title is called Real World Engineering Power Output. We have to be realistic about power output. What is power? Well, electromotive force or voltage by itself does no work, but if an electrical conductor, a load, is hooked up across a voltage source, electrons move in the conductor. This movement is called current, measured in amperes. The product of electrical pressure, voltage, and movement, amperes, does accomplish work. Power is the way we measure the rate of doing work, and we measure it in watts. 1 volt causing 1 amp to flow in a conductor produces 1 watt of power. The formula is power equals volts times amperes. So, for example, 5 volts causing 0.2 amperes of current produces 1 watt. Power equals 5 volts times 0.2 amps. Here's the thing. The LM386N-1 audio power amplifier chip has a typical power output of 325 milliwatts, or 325 thousandths of a watt, 0.325 watts. Like much, or doesn't sound like much? Does it? The truth is, this is plenty for driving headphones or a small speaker. But as stated above, we've got to be realistic. If you have a big speaker designed to be driven by a 30-watt or 60-watt stereo amplifier, the EBAA-1 will not make it work. And in fact, trying to drive such a speaker would probably cause the chip to overheat. Remember, watts equals heat. Watts equals heat. And in electronics, excessive heat is no good. This kit is designed to drive a portable radio-sized speaker, and it does that very well. Just don't overdo it and try to drive those king-sized speakers in your living room. It won't work. Just to add a note, this kit, supposing you can still buy it, doesn't include a speaker. This is actually an older kit. I bought it from a local business around here that actually sells electronics, which is kind of rare these days to actually have a shop devoted to electronic components for hobbyists. But there is a shop around here that actually sells that, a very unique store. It's actually a franchise. Anyway, I bought this kit from there. I won't mention the name unless you really want to know in the comments section. Okay, that's it. I enjoyed building this kit. If you can get your hands on it, I recommend it. It was a lot of fun, and it was very easy. Very easy, very simple. I suppose you could almost assemble the kit on a breadboard if you had some of these parts. I think the only thing you would really have to get your hands on is the chip. And the LM386 is like one of the most popular hobby op-amp chips you can buy. So you might even have one of those lying around, or you might be able to find one in like discarded electronics. You might be able to salvage that chip. It's probably found in old VCRs and everything else. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, like everybody kind of says, you know, thumbs up, subscribe, all that stuff. And if you do that, I'll keep making videos. So thank you very much.